Hey, Maria, back with another video. It's like 1:08 p.m. It's Thursday, and it's the 25th of October, and time is just flying by, like I always say, because it really is. But today is one of those days where I'm just filled with pessimism, and, everything that I'm thinking about or anything that gets presented to me, I'll make a big issue out of a picture that I see that has nothing to do with my situation, but I can't help but just be real cynical and down and, I can't tell you what it's like to lose faith in humanity. I can't tell you how it feels, but just think if you've dealt with something that I've dealt with that went nationwide, okay? And you don't even know what the hell these people are talking about, but they're so quick to shred you, tear you to shreds, and want to implicate you in some sort of weird scandal. And there is no scandal, And you're the only scandal is that what they're doing is sitting here harassing you, You look at people and you think, my God, are people really that stupid? They made an issue of the religious thing. They made a real issue of the race thing. They made an issue of this relationship thing that I had no idea on. And all this shit made them look like hypocrites, real foolish and beyond stupid. And I'm sitting here thinking, I can understand how people develop problems like agoraphobia, because you can become afraid to walk out of your own house when you realize the kind of people and the mentality that they have. You can't help it think, oh my God, this world is dangerous. The way people think and their hostility, good grief. I mean, certain things kind of remind me of, well, really, they shouldn't remind me. But this has been on my mind for the longest time, that it's almost like it is becoming unhealthy. I will tell you that. Because if I relate everything to this situation, it's like it's too much for me to deal with. It's like, it's crazy. But then that's my reality on a daily basis. I don't do anything to break the routine. They don't even put you in a situation so where you can break the routine, because they have poisoned the environments of so many areas, right? That it's hard for you to even try to start your life over again. I can't tell you. That's why gang stalking is illegal, because it just really affects the quality of life of a person. So, I hate to be so negative about families and stuff, but I know, a lot of people are toting around kids, and they don't really give a shit about them. They don't, and it's sad, but we live in a very loveless world. That's not to say parents don't love their kids. I think some of them do. But some of these people are just, acting one way in front of you, and then what goes on behind the scenes is a completely different story. And I'm starting to, it's hard for me to believe there's love in this world. It's just very hard for me to accept that, And I know it's there, but just because somebody tells me that they love their kid, that don't mean shit to me anymore. It just doesn't, okay? Doesn't mean a damn thing. I think, you can tell when some kids are loved. And you can notice, when you see a true bond between a parent and a child, and it's not fake, and it's not for show, and it's not some woman bragging with a bumper sticker about how proud she is of her kid who did this sort of stuff. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with that, but it's it's aside from the showy displays that people put on, They're not kissing their kid, they're not over, I don't know, they're not throwing every issue about their kid on Facebook, which there's nothing wrong with putting your kids on Facebook, but some people do it for, they're trying to convince the world that they love this kid, and they're trying to convince themselves. They don't really love their kid. There's just the one thing that they're supposed to say. They're supposed to say that, in society, okay? Because nobody wants to be looked at with a side eyeball. But the thing is that a lot of people resent their children, I'm a realist. I mean, it's like I look at things and I'm like, God dang, this world is very, very sick, and people are evil. They want to punish other people for things that you won't even know anything about. They'll make up shit. That's how fierce and ferocious, the population is. So it's like, I do understand why people want to avoid people. But I will tell you this woman is brave. I'm a brave woman, okay? I'm willing to hit the road and, not road, but you know what I mean? I want my life to be better, And I can't just sit here and be like, okay, I know I have to try, even though I know there's a situation in place, or what there was one, or whatever, and it affected me, in a very bad way. I mean, it literally pushed me over the edge, okay? In every way, like financially, emotionally, everything, And like I said, but it's like, well, what do you do? You could either accept a situation that's making you unhappy, which this is making me very unhappy, okay? It is. Or you can try to do something about it, I don't know. I'm tired of, I'm looking back at some of the things I used to think when I was a kid, okay? Because people on the surface, you see them, you might eat lunch with them, you talk to them and stuff, But what about the characters of these people to participate in something like this and then think that, it's okay? What is okay about helping to destroy the life of someone you used to know? Unless, of course, there's some sort of tension that goes on because my family is creating their bullshit stories, which is based on jealousy, by the way. And if anybody can't figure that out, then we truly do live in a piece of shit world. You know what I mean? And then the scapegoating issue and all this other stuff. Like I said, that shit goes on for years, But oftentimes, like, the situations that people get in really does start from their families, because their families are so dysfunctional. And I bet you they never thought of themselves as dysfunctional. They thought, it's just some weird bullshit, They don't think of themselves that way, but they are, I'm not saying I'm an angel, okay? But, it's like, it's very unusual for people to sit here and infiltrate someone's life in the manner that my family has. That's weird, okay? I don't think about, like, when I'm at work or whatever, I don't think about what are they doing, or, or if I'm out and whatever, I don't think about, at the time, before I realized exactly how messed up my family was, I always in the back of my mind kept thinking, well, I hope they're okay. I hope they're working and they're taking care of themselves and, their kids are healthy. I did. I mean, I thought that, but to sit here and like try to manipulate their work, whatever, I don't even know the names of where I knew my other sister, she had a job, okay? But I know my oldest sister, I have no idea what place she works. I know she lives in Montrose. I know the kind of work she does, but I don't know what her title is. I don't know what the hospital facility that she works at or whatever. I don't know, okay? And it never occurred to me to care, other than I knew that she was doing what she wanted to do and she was happy, and that's all I needed to know. I don't understand how people need to get involved and they go up your ass and around the corner, just to sit there and figure out stuff about somebody else's business. At this point, my family, once you hit 18, your family at that point becomes no different to you than a complete stranger. Meaning they don't have any rights to sit here and infiltrate into my life, be nosy, choose my jobs, tell me what I'm supposed to do. They don't have that right. They are no different than any stranger. The only person that would have the right to do that would be my mother, and I would have to be a minor, okay, in that situation, where I don't have the legal right to consent or say I disagree. I'm an adult, for God's sake. So how is it that people can call a place of employment and manipulate something like this? Because we got fucking idiots, in positions where they don't belong. And so the more I think about the stupidity of people, I get very sick to my stomach because I realize that I have to deal with a bunch of fucking goddamn idiots. You know? And it's scary. It's very scary. You know, you don't never know how people are going to react or think or what they're going to do. You know? They're barbaric. People are goddamn barbaric. You know, and if you're one of the people that didn't participate in this, well, good. Learn from this, okay? Teach your kids about how weird and crazy people really are and how evil they are. And hopefully you never dive into that particular kind of lifestyle, you know? But for the people who did, I'm talking about my previous bosses and my bloodthirsty family. I mean, seriously, go to hell. You know, you should have never allowed that sort of harassment to get into the workplace. It's a place of business. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, good grief. The more I think about it, it's like, wow, you know, it's hard for me to believe in families and that true love that exists in families. Okay, I know it exists. I've seen it. And when I see that sort of expression, I mean true expression of love between a mother and a kid, it's very beautiful. It is so beautiful. It's like, you know, that's sweet. Or any kind of love exchange. I saw this old couple on YouTube yesterday. I was watching it. Not that I was looking it up, okay? It was one of those that popped up on the side, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll look at this. And it's like this couple's been married for whatever, 37 years. And there was this love between them. That kind of love is beautiful to look at, okay? But it's rare. It is rare. Love is rare. Love between mother and child, love between friends. Your friends, most friends are just goddamn lunch mates when you really get down to it. They want to have lunch with you so they don't have to sit there and be all by themselves or look like they're a loner, right? So they want to have a friend to eat lunch with, you know, needy. And so, you know, but really, if your house was to catch on fire, could you call this person? Would they give a shit? Probably not. They'd be like, oh, it's too bad. I guess I'll go to lunch with someone else tomorrow. They'll replace you in just a second, you know? People are fake and phony, you know? God, I just had to say that. I was having one of my days today. I didn't start off that way. I was kind of positive, and then I would say by getting close to the afternoon, I started switching modes because I knew I was going to have to come home. And I was originally supposed to go to the grocery store today, right? And, because I'm like, you know, I don't have any really any food in my refrigerator, you know, except for like ketchup and like, you know, condiments, general condiments, and then like maybe some cheese, which I would call that a condiment, right? I consider it, you know. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I need to go to the grocery store. And then I just like, you know what? Even going to the grocery store doesn't really break my routine because I always go to the grocery store sometime within the week, okay? That's boring. Okay, I'm bored with everything. It doesn't matter if I'm at home. It doesn't matter if I'm, you know, I'm just overall bored because these people have taken so much of my life and just literally wore me out with any sort of emotion. There's like this constant feeling of, I don't know, like lack of interest, you know, because what I'm dealing with on a daily basis is just not interesting to me. You know, and after dealing with all the abuse, you know, it's like, it's abuse. You know what I mean? My family doing the shit that they do. And then, you know, Karen being this, I don't know. What is about it? Let me just back up for a second now that I'm at it. I think about Karen. What is her beef? You know, really? I think it's just because, you know, she feels very good about what she's been able to create in her life. Her and her husband had a really nice business. And she's a business owner. And I think she's on an ego trip, personally. There's a couple things that are involved in this. Number one, she doesn't know who I am, okay? She doesn't really know anything about black people because she did. She would know to get the hell out of my way. And don't sit here and make comments about my hair, okay? And if you continue to do so, then you're a goddamn racist, okay? Obviously, you know the deal about black people's hair. Okay, get off of it. Did your issue with my hair sit here and last a goddamn decade? Is that your fucking problem? Or is it the fact that she thinks that she does everything so well that everybody's supposed to model themselves to be little Karens? I was thinking about her minions a few days ago. Like, I know the people that she used to work with. First of all, I would like to say, that you should show respect to your employer, okay? Meaning you get to work on time. They need something, you take care of it, okay? You don't sit here and you don't, like, you know, cuss out the boss or whatever. I understand you're supposed to be, what do you call it? More than polite. You're respectful, okay? They're giving you a job. It's an even exchange, okay? So I've never disrespected her, you know, when I worked for her. I never said anything verbally to her. I just didn't have this bullshit, want to participate in the bullshit harassment that was going on at her place of employment. I didn't want to deal with it. And who in their right mind would? And I will tell you, when you're in a mobbing situation, there is no winning, okay? So these people have followed me over and have been wrecking my life for over a decade, okay? Do you realize that just sits there and, like, reinforces my belief on someone's sick ego? I mean, they're evil. That's what I meant to say. Not ego. Evil. They're evil. I mean, it's like, you mean this shit could last this long? And then she had no regard for me or my privacy or my personal life, and then sits there and, like, you know, starts mingling with the people on Facebook and digging up my personal shit. That's none of her business. None of her business. You know? And I'm like, my God, people are evil as hell. Evil. And then she feels as though she has the right to inconvenience me, and more importantly, question my motives and my decision to live my own goddamn life. You know? Obviously, I'm supposed to work and take care of myself. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, I should be in a position where if I need something of great importance, like car repairs, that I should just be able to go get that. You know what I mean? Why? Because I should be able to take care of myself financially. But then she's going to sit here and act as if, or her and my family, a combination, and going to sit here and act like, well, I need her to be able to make up this kind of money, and she needs to do this sort of thing. And how dare a person try to illegally manipulate somebody's fucking life? And then launch campaigns and all this other stuff. How? And expect somebody to sit here and be normal. While you take their only livelihood and their most important means of survival away from them. Okay? Then you sit here and, like, rub elbows with people that I haven't seen in years. Okay? And pollute them to believe certain things about me. And why would they even care? You know? After all these years, some of these people I haven't seen in years. Okay? Why would you even care? You know? It's just, I think about how obnoxious this whole thing is. It is obnoxious. Like, somebody thinks that they have to dictate and direct another person's life. Tell them how to look. Tell them that they can't wear their hair a certain way. How dare you? How dare you? I mean, what is this, a hair police? But it kind of seems that way. It's like, it's none of your business. You know? Like, just when I was at my workplace, you know, it's like, I went way out of my way to get shit done, okay? I have always worked my hardest. And I can't tell you. After 20 years of working my ass, 21 years, okay? Even longer than that when I think about how long I've worked in general, okay? But as far as accounting work, working in offices, 21 years, okay? Been running around in circles, working my ass off, wondering what the hell is going on? Why is it that I can't be stable? And then only to find out that my family has been thrashing my life all these goddamn years. You know? Now, here's the evil part about that. You know, I'm sitting here trying to raise a young kid in the early years, okay? And they just want to have fun at my expense. Now, they know good and well every time, you know, something unfortunate in their family happens. Like, for example, maybe her husband has been laid off a couple of times. When he loses his job, it's a sad thing. You know, people have to sit there and get resituated and try to figure out how they're going to pay. They worry about their means of survival, right? Like when my dad was sick, he had to retire early, right? And that was a sad time for him. All right? Sad time for my mom, sad time for everybody who was around him. Why? Because it's like men feel really insecure when they can't take care of their families, okay? And also it's like, well, you know, how are we going to take care of ourselves? How are we going to survive? That's those issues, right? They think about themselves that way, but they don't give a flying fuck if my ass is out on the street. They don't care if they ruin every goddamn job that I've ever had. They don't care. And you know what? They'll sit there and bring up bullshit, and they want other people to sit there and hate you as much as they do. That's sick. Okay? And then they're going to sit there and serve you fucking goddamn holiday dinner. It's almost funny. Really. It is kind of funny, okay? It is funny when I think about it. It really should be a part of a sitcom TV show. It's like this fucked up family. You know? And then try to tell you how to... Obviously, my sister's got weight issues, okay? She's insecure. She doesn't like the weight. Now, I know a few years ago, back in 2007 or something like that, my sister got gastric bypass surgery. And then I saw her on Facebook, and she was taking all these pictures of herself, right? But, you know, if I sit there and wear a wig to work, she's got to fucking flip out. Don't point the finger, bitch, okay? Obviously, you've got issues, okay? I'm just sitting here trying to mind my own business. Okay, so obviously my sister's jealous. If people can't see that, they're that stupid. That's one of those other issues where we're talking about evil and stupid in the world. Then there you go. Yeah, I'm in one of those moods today. And hopefully I won't be. I know the weekend's coming up soon, and I will be bored. I will be very bored, and I'm going to be antsy. But anyway, I had to say it. It was on my mind. It was one of those days where I had a trigger. Something triggered it, you know, because it's my boredom and it's just going on too long. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I'll be back with another one some other time. Bye-bye.